I was over, in fact, I was over playing games at his house yesterday while Cathy was creating the presentation. And he has a garage full.
He has probably 24 6-foot-tall bookshelves that are full
Floor to ceiling.
of games. On Board Game Geek, he's cataloged over 2,000 games that he owns.
And he knows how to play them.
He's played all.
He's played all of them.
Oh, we got to get him into our adult gaming.
Yeah.
Our adult gaming. He would be a
He's
star.
up in that grove, yeah. And his isn't even the biggest collection.
This is women in gaming, on gaming, right? So here we go.
So this was one of the ones that I told you about. It's zombie dice.
Okay.
And ours is so old that it pops apart and then all the dice fall out. So that's why we're banned. But, and we have actually 2 expansions in here as well. An expansion is somebody goes, you know, the game maker goes, oh, I have a way to prove this. Here, let's put out these other little pieces. So the base game comes with these black dice, minus these. And they have feet, brains, and shotgun blasts on them. And the green dice are easier, they've got more brains on them. The yellow dice are medium, and then the red dice have more shotgun blasts on them than the green ones. And so what you do is you put them in the can, and you draw out 3. So I happen to get 3 green dice, how lucky is that? And you roll them. I got 2 green brains, and I got a shotgun blast. So now if I want to push my luck a little further, I'll draw out 3 more dice. I got a red, a yellow, and a green this time. I scored 2 more brains, but these ones got away. That's what the feet mean. Those are the ones that got away. So now I've got 4 brains here, and if I had a sheet of paper here or an app on my phone, I could score my brains, and then it would be your turn. Now I can keep going if I want to, but I've got 1 shotgun blast, so I think I'll stop right there and score my 4 brains.
Yeah.
So now we put them all back in here. And then you pull out 3.
Okay.
It would be pretty cute if we have like a zombie music.
All right, so you got 2 shotgun blasts right off and a brain.
Oh boy.
So you can either push your luck and keep rolling. You would take 3 more dice out.
Okay.
Or you can choose to stop there and score your 1 brain.
I'm going to push my luck.
Okay.
Here we go.
This is one of the few games where you are the zombie,
Right,
as opposed to the survivor trying to kill zombies. Oh, you got a 3rd shotgun blast.
Oh no.
So that means you lose all the brains that you scored, and now it's the next person's turn. So see how easy that is?
Yeah.
And then they have a couple of expansions. This was one, this is called the school bus.
Oh, awesome.
So you can make this, you can't do it on the first turn, but on the second turn you would pull out, you'd have a total of 3 dice. You roll it. Okay, I got a shotgun blast there, and I got 2 brains. So now that, because that's a shotgun blast, I can do 1 or 2 things. I can pull out a little marker to show that I got a shotgun blast. Like that.
Oh,
And then I can put it back in my hand and pull out 2 more. I got a brain, and then I got a brain and a shotgun blast.
Oh dear.
I would go, okay, there's a brain and a shotgun blast. Now I've got 2 shotgun blasts and 4 brains, so at this point I would say I'm going to score my 4 brains and move on. And then this is a separate expansion. This is Santa Claus, this is the jock, and this is the cheerleader.
Oh boy.
The jock and the cheerleader and Santa Claus can rescue each other. So if you get a pink brain over there and then you roll, they can come and, the feet can come and rescue the cheerleader or rescue the jock if he's in here. The cheerleader can rescue the jock, for example. And then Santa is interesting because he's got some extra symbols on him. He's got an energy drink, which means that all feet turn into brains.
Oh.
Because you were able to catch them.
Right.
And then the other one is the football helmet. If you roll the football helmet, you get for the rest of your turn, it takes 4 shotgun blasts to kill you.
Oh.
It's extra armor.
Awesome.
So that was fun. So that's Zombie Dice from Steve Jackson Games. And that one usually retails for about $15.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really
Wow.
inexpensive.
Steve Jackson is well known in the gaming industry too.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
We have almost all of the Munchkin expansions, which is one of his big games. So that's Zombie Dice. It's really easy to learn, really easy to teach. In fact, I'm going to take this one to work this week and play it. I do a lunchtime game day at work.
Oh, fun.
And it's funny because my coworkers will go, I've never heard of this game before. How is it you have all these games nobody's ever heard of? So I have a lot of fun with that. This is the one that I was telling you about, Project Dreamscape. This is Sarah's game that she and her husband did, and it's published. So this sets up really easy. You have this Dreamscape. So these cards are two-sided, and each of the sides are used during gameplay. So if the card is face down, that's your money. That's what
Okay.
you use to buy dream powers.
Okay.
Okay? If you pick up a card that's face down, then it's your money. If you pick it up face up, then it's a dream power. So what we do is, this is the dream pile, and we put them out like this. And then we put this over here. And these are the costs. Actually, they go like this: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They start out expensive, so this would cost 5 Z cards
Okay.
to buy, but this one only costs 1 to
I
buy.
see.
And each of these cards has 2 dream powers on it. And when you pick up the card, you get to choose which of these dream powers you want to use. And it can influence the dreamscape, or it can influence your, what's going to be called your REM pile.
Okay.
And so what you do is you put this in your REM pile, and you put this in the discard pile.
REM stands for.
Rapid eye movement, it's a state of sleep. And then these all move down. It's when you're dreaming. That's when you're in an REM state.
Wow, science is involved in this.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Wow, they did their studies.
So now I only have one. Your options when it's your turn is you can take a card face down and add it to your money pile, or you can choose to buy a card from the Dreamscape. So if I wanted to buy this card, I would then say, it says gain a Z card and add it to your deep sleep stack. So I'm going to go ahead and implement that one. That means I get a free money. And then the other thing you're trying to do is you're trying to form chains. So for example, I would want this next card because it matches here.
Right.
And the longer your chain, the higher it scores.
Okay.
And so let's say we put out some more cards here. Well, I don't have any more of those blues in here. So then I would be looking for purple. And hey, there's a purple here. So even if I choose to implement the brown, I can still chain the purple. And so, let's pretend I get these. Now I have a chain of 2 and a chain of 3.
Oh, I see.
Okay. These 2 aren't chained because they're not connected.
Right.
And so you're trying to build up your chain so that you have, a series of long chains or maybe a series of medium chains. And then once this pile runs out, then that's when you do all the scoring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the scoring card.
Yeah.
Cool. And where can we buy this game?
I brought some to sell today
Oh,
if you would
okay.
like to buy one. Or there's a link on our website.
Okay.
It's ourturnpodcast.com/projectdreamscape.
And how much is that?
$20.
$20. Oh, okay, absolutely.
Did you have another minute? I can show you a couple more
Yeah.
here.
Yes, more games, yes.
This is SUSHI-GO.
Oh, cute.
So it's
Oh, is that the one you're talking about?
Huh?
I think you mentioned that, yes.
This is the one that, no, the one that I mentioned during the thing is called Roll For It. I don't have that one here.
Okay.
But SUSHI-GO is another card game, and you're buying sushi.
Oh.
Literally, you're collecting sets of sushi.
Oh, that's awesome.
And again, it's an easy game to learn. It takes 10 to 15 minutes to play.
Oh, I'm trying to lose weight. This is great. Oh, this is awesome.
You can get sushi anytime you want.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a fun one to play.
Yeah, this would be a good one for the library.
And the neat thing is that Barnes & Noble is starting to carry a lot of these games.
Oh, cool.
In addition to game stores. I know, let's see, how close is Berkeley from here?
Well, depending on traffic, about 30 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's a big game store in Berkeley called Games of Berkeley.
Yeah.
So I would recommend there. I've never been there, but I've heard good things about
Yeah,
it.
it's pretty awesome.
This is one I actually did buy at Barnes & Noble. It's called Bang the Dice Game.
Bang the dice.
And it's an Old West theme.
Wow.
And you get dealt characters. So you're each a character, and there's the sheriff, the outlaws, the deputy, and the renegade. And the sheriff is trying to be the last person standing. The deputy's trying to keep the sheriff alive. The outlaws are trying to kill the sheriff and the deputy, and the renegade is trying to kill everybody, but he wants to kill the sheriff last. And so it's just a dice game. It plays minimum of three people, and you have these bullets here.
Oh, cool.
So when you shoot, you get bullets. But these are custom dice, so this tells you how many bullets you just shot. This one tells you just got shot by an arrow from an Indian. This is dynamite. You can use it to blow things up. One of the things on here is beer, and beer gives you health.
Oh, yeah.
It heals you up.
Talking
Yeah.
about beer, there's an event in the library about that.
This one is the Gatling gun. So I think you need
Gatling gun, yeah.
I think you need 3 of these in order to fire the Gatling gun.
Okay.
Nice.
And it gets everybody at the table. So it's a silly, fun game. Yeah.
And who made that one, do you know?
This one is from, it says DV Giochi. But I want to find a more common. So the designer is Michael Palm and Lucas Sack. And yeah, it looks like the Da Vinci games.
Da Vinci games. You see, that's another thing too. I mean, do women? I mean, us guys, of course, we like the more violent games, right? Do women? Have you noticed that? I mean, are they? Do women like that kind of, or they won't want more intellectual
depends.
kind of thing?
You know, women are not a monolith.
Oh.
We don't all like the same things, and I enjoy war games. I enjoy confrontational, competitive games. I also enjoy cooperative games. So it just depends on the woman. I have found that a lot of times I am the only woman sitting at a game, you know, at a strategic game. But that doesn't bother me, you know. So.
How about your dogs? Does it bother the dogs?
They like to come up and watch us play. They'll come and look over the table and like, what you doing? And occasionally they've tried to eat dice, but we've prevented that, thank goodness. But yeah, they like it when all our friends come over because, oh boy,
yeah.
people.
And I imagine if you have like snacks too. I mean, my dog would be all about that. She'd be like waiting under the table, waiting for somebody to drop a snack.
Where's your favorite game store, Cathy?
My favorite game store, I have 2 that I really enjoy. One is Great Escape Games in Sacramento, and that one has a pretty good selection, and they have a huge play area in the back where people can just bring their own games and come and sit down and play, and they don't charge for that at all. And then there's another one that is last time I was there anyway, I know they just moved, but last time I was there, they're a little hole-in-the-wall kind of game store in Folsom? Yeah. Folsom. And it's called Game Getaway. And they have games stacked floor to ceiling. And I have never seen such a selection of games. Just lots and lots of fun, and little tiny store, but just packed to the rafters with games. And then there's a third store in Sacramento that I enjoy going to from time to time called Viking Hobby. And that's another little hole-in-the-wall store. They have one wall dedicated to board games and card games. And then the rest of the store is miniature hobby stuff, like miniature planes and models.
Owned by men or
And it's owned by a married couple.
men? Oh.
Yeah, yeah. I wanted to show you one more game here, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
This is actually developed by someone who lives here in the Bay Area. And it's called Birds of a Feather. It's a bird watching game. I know it sounds like kind of a weird theme,
No,
right?
I think people would be into that here.
So it's got this little scoring pad, but the neat thing is they also developed a phone app to do the scoring
Oh,
with.
fun.
So it's
Whoa.
literally just, touching on your screen. So what you're doing is you get a hand of cards, and so let's say that, I've got my hand of cards here, and you've got your hand of cards. I don't remember how many cards get dealt out. But what you're going to do is you're going to say, okay, I am going to go look for this kind of bird today. And so you're going to pick one and you're going to put it out. Now, if there are more orange cards out, so let's say there were 4 of us playing, okay, and some other people put out different colored cards. Not only do I get to score this card, but I also get to score this card because they're the same place. We're both in the desert. Now, if you put out a blue card, you only get to score this blue card because there are no other blue cards.
Right, okay.
But then the neat mechanic with this one is these stay in the center for right now, and we put out another ring of cards. So maybe you would put out that one and someone else would put out this one, and I'll put out this one over here, okay? And not only do you get to score the card in front of you, but you also get to score any others that are from that same environment that you
I
haven't
see.
already scored.
Uh-huh.
And so like this one, there's only the one purple out there, but this one gets to score this one and this one. Oh, here's another blue one.
Right.
So this one gets to score this one and this one, even though they missed it in the first round.
Right, okay.
And then the ones in the middle go away and get discarded. These move to the middle. And now I'm gonna put out this one, and then maybe someone else puts out this one, and somebody else puts out that one. So now I get to score all these green cards that are out, and somebody gets to score the purple cards that are
Right.
out. And that's how
That's-
that works, and you keep playing until you run out of cards.
Art is so beautiful.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
The game designer, his brother did the art.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's really
And yeah, he's a local game designer.
cool.
Yeah.
Bird watching.
Yeah. It's called
Wow.
Birds of a Feather.
Yeah, I can actually see that being really popular here because there's a lot of amateur bird watchers. We get a lot of questions at the library about
Oh, wow, really?
bird watching books. So
Well, now you know a bird
I
watching
know, and I
game
can
to
do
recommend.
some recommendations. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
And they actually research all these, someone had to come up researching all these games.
Yeah, and where they live.
The pictures of
Yeah.
the.
We have some friends that, the husband is a game designer, and he did a game called Leaving Earth, and it's based on the space race from the 1950s and 60s
Oh, wow.
and into the 70s. And he actually had to develop a program to play test all of the variations, because what you're trying to do is fulfill missions that get you to the moon, and missions that get you to Mars, and missions that get you to Jupiter and
Wow.
beyond. And for instance, when I was playing at one point, and you're playing over a series of years, and I was playing at one point, I thought, all right, I'm gonna have this all ready to go by 1973. And my goal was to get to the outer solar system, right? And then I realized I had to launch in 1972 in order to be able to make that.
Right.
And I wasn't gonna be ready in 1972, so my whole strategy went,
Of course, we all know he was ready.
yeah, 1972, and he made it. So, But yeah, he had to develop a computer program to test his mathematics before he ever even created the game. He just had to test the concept
That
first.
is so awesome.
Was this presented in NASA or something, or was
No.
this just?
No,
Wow, yeah.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So it's
Should
a
it-
fun game, but it takes a while to play, and it's an intense game because there's a lot of math with it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be so good at that game.
In fact, there is a game called Outpost, which is a trading and resource management game. And the nickname for the game in our little game group, we call it math, because there's a lot of math involved. Well, when I discovered Leaping Earth and dropped that on the table, it got the nickname calculus, because it's harder than math.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun.
Oh, it is.
Oh,
Kathy,
thank you
do you recommend do you play a game at least once a day? How do you, is that, how many times do you play? I mean, I know it's
Well,
like.
we have a regular game group on Tuesday nights
Right,
that we go to, and we'll usually play anywhere from 1 to 4 or 5 different games. It just depends on what hits the table. We will often have people over on the weekend, or we'll go to a game store on the weekend to play games. That's just how we get together and have fun, so.
it's good mental health, good.
It is, it is. And then they've started putting a lot of the board games that we enjoy playing into apps. So I can sit there and play a game of Small World or Elder Sign while I'm standing in line at the grocery store, and
Okay.
get some gaming in that way too. So one of the topics that we'll be talking about here in the near future is board game apps on the podcast.
Apps, or it's very kind of a lonely kind of thing, I say. Place, environment, yes, people are getting into apps, but definitely meet with other people. That's really important.
Some of the apps you can actually play against other people because there's the networking aspect of it. They're hosted elsewhere.
Do you like Pokemon Go?
I don't play Pokemon Go. I just wasn't something I was interested in doing, but I know lots of people who do, and they love it.
Yeah.
They love it.
Pokemon Go, I remember the week it came out, I went to our usual Tuesday night board game session. Cathy had to work or something that evening. And I'm sitting there trying to play games with all these people who trying to play a game with one hand and have the other hand on their phone trying to capture a Weaselbub or Wakazaka or whatever the heck they're called. No, Pokemon Go was definitely not for me.
But yeah, I mean, I have no objection to anything that gets people out of their seats and out walking and talking to one another. So it's just not my thing, and that's fine. That's fine. We actually did a segment. Nicole did a segment on the show about Pokemon Go right after it came out. So
Wow.
we have actually covered Pokemon Go.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Holidays coming up, right? Any
Yeah.
specials for the podcast? Like, of course, Halloween. Then there's
We're
Then the
working on a couple of
Thanksgiving and
things.
Christmas time, And
We're actually working on an idea to possibly do a joint podcast with another podcast group.
okay.
And we're just probably talk about holiday-related games at some point, or gaming with family. All of those things are on the books for the coming months.
Yeah, there might be a gamer's gift guide coming
Yeah.
probably on the 1st of December.
Should we stop gaming?
No, never. Never.
Because
Because it's too much fun. Why stop? Why stop doing things that you enjoy, that are good for you? Keeps the old mind going. I love taking games to play with my 96-year-old grandmother. She's a gamer, even if she doesn't like to admit it. I'll pull out a board game and she'll go, "Oh, it's too hard for me to learn." "Oh, Grandma, stop." And I will teach her, and then she'll start winning it. And there was this one game I taught her how to play. It was called FLUXX. And she kept going, "This is such a stupid game." And then she'd win, and we'd go, "Want to play again?" "Sure." And then we'd play it again, and sure enough, she'd win. We weren't letting her win. That doesn't fly with Grandma, so, yeah.
Thank you, Cathy.
Thank you,
Okay.
Paul.